School districts across California have to come up with a plan to limit or ban cell phones in schools by July of 2026. Governor Newsom just signed the Phone-Free School Act yesterday. CBS 8's Kelly Hezedal joins us live from San Diego Unified. Kelly, this is extremely controversial. Mounting research suggests that smartphone use may be fueling the country's mental health crisis among kids and teenagers. But a lot of parents I've spoken with say they feel better knowing their child has a phone with them at school. What are you hearing?
Yeah, and overall, I'm hearing kind of the same thing. A lot of the parents that I talked to today all agree that, yes, cell phones in the classroom, that can be very distracting for kids who are trying to learn. But at the same time, it is concerning for them. The thought of their child not having a phone on them so that their parents can reach them should there be an emergency is really scary. So I think districts are certainly taking that into consideration when they're shaping their policy.
So, Kelly, states like Florida, Ohio, South Carolina, and there are others, they've already passed laws just recently to ban cell phones in K through 12. Other districts within many states are doing so without a law being on the books, and it sounds like other districts around San Diego already have varying degrees of cell phone limitations. So what did you find out?
That's right. Several districts, I would say overall, most districts in the San Diego area have some sort of cell phone restriction policy. I would say most of them allow cell phones to be used in school, but only maybe during lunch hours. And a lot of times that's for some of the older students. But now all of the districts, even with some of those most strict policies, are revisiting the restrictions they had in place and thinking, do we need to tighten things up? Do we need to find another way to enforce these policies? Do we need to lighten them up? So I think they're all taking a second look at them and trying to figure out if their changes need to be made.
You and I, two moms, we were talking about this today. Our littles are too little for cell phones yet, thank goodness. But some of these policies, they put it back on the teacher, the use of cell phones at the discretion of supervision of each classroom teacher. That seems like just another thing a teacher has to do to stay on top of also trying to teach our kids math and science and everything else. Now they're going to be the policemen. Did the district, did you hear from anybody talking about that part of the teacher's responsibility?
Well, I spoke to a mom today whose mother is actually a teacher, and she talked about this firsthand and said, it is very frustrating for these teachers on top of everything else they're trying to do to now have to say, hey, hand over that cell phone, or, where am I going to put all the cell phones in the classroom? So I do think that that's a big concern. And I think it's also frustrating for parents because if teachers have different policies about, hey, we need to use cell phones to learn during this part of class and others don't, it can be kind of frustrating for parents who are trying to put in place restrictions overall for their kids' use of their cell phone during school.
A new study just came out in the last few weeks that said kids and teenagers say when they don't have their phone on them, they're actually happier. So maybe that's what we will see in the future. Kelly Hezedal checking it out for us today. We can't wait to see your story coming up at 4. Thanks so much, Kelly.